I realized one of the things that I like, my friend said, I've never done, you'll understand why I'm saying this, I've never done coke in my whole life. I don't want to, I wouldn't even want to store vitamins up my nose. So it's like, it's not even that it's bad for you, it's just anything up my nose. But I like to, one of my favorite things to do is drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And smoke marijuana, because it's my brother, somebody said to me, oh, it's like a cheap speedball for you. And I never looked at it that way, because I want to be high and up.
And up. Wow.
I don't mellow once in a while, but not really.
Yeah,
I love it. I want to be alert and use all my, and get really silly and be very alert. So I will have...
do you do that before you go on stage ever?
Not coffee and pot.
Okay.
But
because I know some comedians are like really strict about like, oh, I'll never go on stage like this.
I used to never.
Yeah.
I used to just do it when I was doing 10. This just has to do with just pot. It used to just be when I was in town doing like 10-minute, 15-minute set, but never on the road.
Yeah.
But years ago I started doing it on stage too. Sometimes it's so much fun.
Yeah.
To smoke a little and perform is a lot of fun. But to have a coffee, and I know the coffee doesn't really, like I was saying, in case anybody's really watching this with a fine eye, they go, wait a second, you said the coffee you had later in the day didn't do anything for you. Well, then I'll use a half of a 5-hour energy.
There you go. I read your book, and you talk a lot about the Todd Glass situation. And I'm wondering how you feel now, today, like in this space, like compared to how you felt maybe even when you were writing it and before that, about your situation.
Everything's so much better. Everything is so much better. And that's something, I talk about when I came out and all that a lot, but just fast forward right to the question you just asked me. That's why I paused, because I'm like, oh wow, I don't talk about that much. I just enjoy the benefits of it. Yeah. But there's not a day that goes by where I don't appreciate that I did this. Because, I was going to go to my death with that. And, the title of the book I wanted to be, and I should have called it that, but Simon & Schuster were so nice. It was just a really great experience with them. So when they said, maybe you shouldn't call it that, and I'll tell you the title, and then I'll tell you, it was, all I ever wanted to do was meet a nice girl with a terminal disease. And that was a step down from all I ever wanted to do was meet a nice girl with cancer. And I thought, what about a nice girl with a terminal disease? And other stupid things I said to stay in the closet. So I thought the subtitle would go, okay, there's something here. It's certainly not, I say unequivocally, anybody that was going through cancer would understand, oh no, this is not anything to do with making fun of people with cancer.
Right.
It's making fun of it. When I was 22, I met this other guy, and he told me, he goes, you know what I thought? And I went, that's what I thought. Meet a girl. How we would meet the girl, we didn't think about that. That's the desperation of being in the closet and being so scared to come out. We didn't think about it. We didn't think, where are we going to meet a girl with cancer? We just thought, wouldn't that be great? You meet a girl, maybe you go hang out at the hospital, whatever. You meet a girl with cancer.
Sorry.
You go out to the cancer ward, you meet a girl, and then when she dies, you just go, oh, Todd never got over Gina. Some nights I don't talk about being gay on stage,
Yep.
And I thought, well, I don't want to do it if I'm scared. And there is a little bit of that. Like, if the crowd's not with me, I won't go into the part of my act where I talk about being gay. So what I started doing is, well, then reference him, even in passing. So if I go, when you're in a relationship and blah, 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 and then I go, well, I used to have this. Like, when my ex would come home, he would walk into the house, and then he would. And then it's off to something else. It's not really a story about, into the nitty gritty of when I came out of the closet. That's interesting too, and I do that sometimes, but it's just in passing to go, yeah, I'm gay. Mm-hmm. And on to something else. And I think it's healthy for me, and maybe it's healthy for anybody out there that is afraid to come out, that sees, there's just it's just part of his life. a lot of people are okay now. We've come a long way with the acceptance of, but hey, there's still a lot of people that are not okay with it. And for people that are okay with it, or that got okay with it, what really makes me so fucking mad is that I want to believe they got okay with it. They're not just saying it. They truly from their heart, and there is that portion of people that did. That they're genuinely not just saying it from their heart, they have a different understanding, they grew, and that's what we want from people. So when people change their opinion from their heart, but I doubt sometimes that people did change from their heart when now we have new issues of understanding different people that identify differently, people that don't, all over the spectrum, and when they're not accepting of that, you made the mistake once. So I'm more likely to believe that you are okay with gay people and gay marriage. I'm more likely to believe it is from your heart. You genuinely changed. You're not just saying it. You genuinely changed. If when this new thing comes along, you say this in so many words. You know what? I was confused about gay marriage, and I made so many wrong choices, and I really made a lot of people maybe even tear up a little when they say it. I made people's lives really hard. So you know what I'm going to do on this thing, whether it's people transitioning or whether it's people that don't feel like a man or a woman, I'm just going to shut the fuck up and listen. But they don't. Here they are leading again. You made the mistake. Your crime isn't that you made the mistake. You're going to have the opportunity to now do it right. And the other thing is, what's wrong with not fucking knowing? What's wrong with going, I don't know, and diverting? I thought about this. I was watching some Sesame Street clips. And Sesame Street has been on the right side of history, racially, two moms, two dads. What's wrong if you really don't want to be right? You don't want to just, here's the way I feel, and I'm going to look for all the people that agree with me. What's wrong with going, hey, what's your stance on this? To go, I don't know, I'm going to defer to Sesame Street. They've been fucking right a lot. They have opinions on it. They have a website. How to deal with this, how to deal with that. Divert to them.
I think that it's like you were talking about, like, growth, and like I don't think we embrace the growth enough. When the people are true and genuine about it, we should praise that more, because I think it would inspire more people to get to that point. And we should also, I love when someone says, I don't understand it, and so I'm not gonna, and it's someone else's experience. Everyone's experience is gonna be different in a variety of things. So who am I to sit back now and decide like what their experience should be, or what? Like I love when people admit, like you're saying, you know what, I don't know. Sure, I don't know about.
But that's rare.
Yeah, I know. Well, because we live in a time where, like, we take sound bites and we think we have to have an exact understanding of everything right this second.
But you know what? In all fairness, it's always been like that. But the reason I say that about Sesame Street, and why would I think that would be something that the average person would go, well, I'm going to listen to Sesame Street. Well, if you go into their past, unless someone wants to tell you something, you'd be brave enough to tell you that they don't. You want to go, do you think Sesame Street was right in the past? Maybe that's where you have to go first. Do you think they were right to have black children on the show or handicapped children on the show when no one else was doing that years ago? Do you think they were right for that? And if they're going to go, if they want to say no, okay, well then I'm not going to send you there when you think, but most people are not going to go, no, I don't think they were right. I don't think they were right about any of that stuff. Most people are going to go, oh, yeah. Okay, well then what makes you think they're not right now? I mean, what do they have to do to prove that they were ahead of everybody when it understood? Yeah. So that's why I'm saying it, because most people would go, no, of course they were right. Of course they were right. Okay, well, you might, here's the hook,
I mean, they predicted 9/11,
They predicted 9/11. They did predict 9/11. Oh. But anyway, I went off on a tangent. But I think there's something there with just saying sometimes with those issues, I don't know. But what if I just took the coffee and threw it in your face? And that's the last time I ever spoke to Grant.